in the name of God thought that Americans had the right to do this movie? I am very upset. As an avid Eurovision watcher myself and fan of the ridiculous, enjoyable, insane contest, I find it uniquely irritating that Americans have decided that they, for some reason, should be the ones to make a film mocking it. Will Ferrell, the epitome of American man, is the one who thinks, yeah, you know what, Eurovision, that's my thing. That's what I'm gonna do a movie on. Fuck you, Will Ferrell! There are so many issues I have with this, as you're about to experience throughout this video. The first one is the kind of tongue-in-cheek way that Ferrell's character mocks Americans. That is like, I was talking about it recently in my Space Force 1 minute review, because that show was the same as that. It has this way of just being so cringy, the way that Americans are mocking themselves, you know? It just feels so, you know, watching it from the outside, watching it as a British person, looking at this American making fun of Americans, you're just kind of like, what the fuck? That is shit. And it's very real as well. Ferrell's saying to these Americans, oh God, we Icelandic, we Europeans, we hate you, get out of our country, I don't want you here. And it's like, no, we don't. We do hate Americans. That's just a running gag throughout like the second hour of the film. Yeah, it's 2 hours long. That's a problem. Is that these Europeans really hate Americans, which might come off as funny to American audiences, but to everyone else, the people who are probably going to watch a film about Eurovision, it's just cringy and stupid. So basically we have Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams, and they're playing Fire Saga, an Icelandic pair of musicians whose dream is to win the Eurovision Song Contest. Of course, being Scandinavian, but written by Americans, they are immensely unfunny. But they're meant to be immensely unfunny in a way that's funny, but they're immensely unfunny in a way that's immensely unfunny. Does that make sense? Neither does the film! But that's still not all that's wrong with this film. Let me just move on to my second page of grievances here. So yeah, there is not funny, it's not funny, that comedy, no. Will Ferrell's character isn't just a nightmare who you hate for... You're meant to hate him for like an hour, 40 minutes, and then love him for the last 20 or something like that. Also, oh, it is worth noting, the pages are blank, why am I lying to you? It's worth noting that the contest in the film takes place in Edinburgh, Scotland, a place I know well. Here's the thing. Let's say the impossible event of the UK winning the contest, modern day, actually happened. If that was the case, they would win the right to host the competition, and that is the only way that it would be in the UK, full stop. It's always the winner of this year is the host of the next year, okay? If that were to happen, they would host it in London. It would be in London. England. It would be England, London, England, okay? It would be in London, England. It might, at a stretch, be like Manchester or Birmingham, still England. Or, if they wanted to make use of the Millennium Stadium, it could be Cardiff, Wales. It would never be Scotland. Even if the UK won it like 5 times in a row, it would not probably ever go to Scotland. And even if it did, it would go to Glasgow. This is just a geography lesson for y'all, okay? But it's just such an insane choice to set the film in Edinburgh. You know, of all the European cities they could have just chosen to put it in. They chose, why Edinburgh? You know, it's not like they really did any more than make about 3 jokes about Scottish people. You know, that wasn't specifically to mock us. They were mocking European people more so than English people or Scottish people or anything. So it was just an insane choice to me that they just randomly put it down in Edinburgh, Scotland. Yes, it's a beautiful city, but it also doesn't have any more than 1 large stadium, which was definitely not where those indoor scenes were set. I don't know where that was. Also, the hosts of the contest in Scotland were not British. They would just be British. It just throws aside too many of the things that, you know, make sense about Eurovision. Half of it is like the tongue-in-cheek way that countries like or hate each other and stuff, and it just ignores all that. Just doesn't use most of the actual comedy that we get as viewers from Eurovision, you know? Anyway, here's my 1 minute review for Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga.
You don't have a single chance of making it. Stop laughing! I'm trying to fight you!
Garbage. It is garbage, alright? Okay? I don't need the rest of my 1 minute. It's just garbage, but okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use the rest of the minute to explain the brighter points about this film, because there are, like, a couple, okay? There is a moment where all of the other Icelandic potential acts for Eurovision blow up on a boat while Will Ferrell and McAdams are kind of watching from the pier, and it is hilarious. That is a great moment. Of all the terrible comedic moments in this film, that is a great one. Also, the Volcano Man bit, I did quite enjoy it. It's quite a catchy tune. So is Double Trouble. The three songs that they sing kind of during it aren't awful. They are okay songs, and for, you know, Eurovision standard, they're pretty good songs. I would have almost preferred it if they'd done a film about America finally being allowed into the contest for once. Then they could have made more fun about how much Europeans hate them, and Rachel McAdams could have just been American, which is how we all love her the most. I know she's Canadian, that's just... shh. I'm giving this 48 out of 100, okay? It's kind of... it's got enough non-garbage stuff to save it from a totally terrible score. But it's bad. Just not really bad, right? Please subscribe and like this video, because I may seem kind of harsh, but I'm generally nice. This film is just dog shit. There I go again. I'm just still angry that they put Netta in the song-along thing that they did in the film, where all of the real-life Eurovision acts kind of appeared for cameos, because she is the least deserving winner there has ever been. I hate her.